Hey guys, it's Coven again, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the premiere of American Horror Story Coven, Episode 1, Bitchcraft. Guys, this show is already amazing. I loved every second of this. I was actually really looking forward to this because I had heard American Horror Story. I'd never seen a full season. I saw some of the first season, and I didn't see all of it, but I really liked it. But then I started seeing promos for this season, and it looked even better than that. And I thought, wow, this looks like this has potential to be the best of the American Horror Story series that I've seen. I have not seen the second one, American Horror Story Asylum. I heard it was actually really, really, really good, but I didn't see it. But I decided to watch American Horror Story Coven because it's a different story every year. It's not like it's connected or anything. And it was exactly that. American Horror Story Coven is the best of the shows that they've had so far. It's really, really incredible. And I think one of the things I love is that it's got a really great cast, and it's also a really great story. So, let's just basically get to the plot. We got two stories going on here. It's actually quite interesting. The first story we see is in the beginning of the episode, where basically we see, Kathy Bates' character, Delphine LaLaurie, and this was a real person. Delphine LaLaurie was a real person. She was part of the people that tortured slaves. Like, when slaves did bad things on the job, she was the one who tortured them in front of their families. And Delphine LaLaurie was a big part of that. And that's who Kathy Bates basically plays. It takes place in the 1800s, and we see her basically killing them in very, very brutal ways. And in the show, she's a witch, basically. And the opening scene, there's a really amazing opening scene that she has that's definitely, I think, set the tone for it. And, yeah, so that's one of the plots that's going on. But there's something else going on with her character. Let me just try to think of what it is. Let me think. She's struggling to maintain her place in society, and she's holding slaves as prisoners in the attic, basically, of her house. But then you have the main plot would take place in present day, which has to do with this girl, Zoe, who, basically discovers that, she possesses this strange genetic affliction, which I will explain when we get to the characters. That's basically this curse in her family, and she goes to this school for witches, and she basically learns all about the witchcraft and stuff, and basically their headmaster is trying to protect them, but her mother comes, Fiona Good, who's the most powerful witch of their generation, and she's basically trying to show them how to be a witch and stuff, and yeah, so I really, really like the show. It's definitely different from the Witches of East End. In my opinion, it's better than Witches of East End. I think it's definitely going to be a lot better. And one of the things I love is that, you know how this is directed by Brian Murphy. If you guys watch Glee, you know I watch Glee, and I think this is his second best show. The New Normal was not good. I did not like it. But I felt this is, one of the things that Brian Murphy does best is that he's good at putting humor in situations that don't really need humor. And I think that's a really great thing that he does. But, let's just get to, why I love this show so much. Basically, starting out with the first thing I like about, which are the performances. The performances in here are really, really good. You got your main star here, Taissa Farmiga as Zoe. Now, let me explain her curse, basically. Basically, in the beginning, her and her boyfriend were gonna have sex for the first time, and, in the middle of, trying to have sex with him and getting intimate with him, she accidentally kills him. So she can actually, her curse is that she can't fall in love or have any sexual intercourse. She can't have any sexual relations with men at all, because she'll kill them if she does. So that's basically the curse she has, and, it's definitely kind of, some people might say it's kind of silly, but I think it's actually kind of cool, because, like, it's going to be very interesting to see this girl. How is she going to be able to, she can't have sex with anybody. And, she definitely is going to feel that type of, she wants to do it, but she's not going to be able to. So is there some way to get rid of it? I don't really know, but I really liked her storyline. I thought she was a good main character. She narrated this episode, and I thought she was a really good character. So I really liked her performance. I thought she was really good. I could have sworn I've seen her in something. She was actually in the first American Horror Story. She played Violet. That's what I've seen her in. And this one, she has a bigger role, though. The first one was more like a Romeo and Juliet type of story. This one is even more of that because this time she can't fall in love with anybody. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of her storyline, though, because I think it was really good. Another person we have to bring up is Emma Roberts, who I've always loved Emma Roberts. I think she's a great actress. She basically plays the type of bitchy one in the show. Not really bitchy, but she is the bitchy one in the show. And I thought she did a good job at that, and she definitely does deliver a lot of comedic lines. I thought she was really good, and I really like her character. You know, we're gonna have to see where else it goes, but I really do like her character. You also have Sarah Paulson, who was in the first American Horror Story, I think. Let me just check that quickly. Which one was she in? She was in, no, she's actually been in all three American Horror Stories, and this is her biggest one yet, I think, or was she the main star in the last one? I didn't see, again, I did not see the last one, so I don't really know. Oh no, she was one of the big, stars of the last one. But she plays, Cordelia Fox, kind of the headmistress of all this, trying to, help out everyone, and, no, actually, Frances Conroy is the real headmistress, but, I really like both of them. I think they're really great, and, yeah, I really like them. But clearly, the one big factor of the show is Kathy Bates. Oh my god. Any scene in the past, it is terrifying with her character. She is the most badass racist ever, because what she's doing, of course, is not right, but you love to see her character because she does such a great job with it. You would never think that is Kathy Bates. You would never think that. And I really love that about her character. I thought that was really, really good. So yeah, I really liked her character. And then someone who, I don't know if they're going to be on the show all the time because it just says recurring. I thought they were going to be a main cast member, but someone I was really impressed with and really made me laugh was Gabourey Sidibe as Queenie. And yes, Gabourey Sidibe was in, she plays Queenie. She was in Precious, and she plays Queenie. Queenie is this girl who is exposed to voodoo magic, and she can't hurt herself. Anything she does to herself, she does to Emma Roberts. She had the best line of the entire episode. I'm a human voodoo doll, bitch! And that was hilarious because she's like, stabbing herself with a fork, and Emma Roberts is feeling all the pain. There's a part where she's like about to cut her head off. She's like, I'll do it. And that was probably the most hilarious scene in the whole episode. I thought that scene was very, very funny, and I actually really enjoyed that scene. One of the things that I also liked is that the girls aren't going to necessarily, the girls kind of have a mind of their own. Of course, these are troubled girls. They're not exactly very well, well valued. They're kind of just girls that are very, I think the thing is that they're very much just, they're not rebellious or anything, but they're going to do the wrong thing. Like, for example, in this episode, they were all invited to this big party, and this boy Kyle, played by Evan Peters, who actually died in this episode. He died in this episode. He actually, he also played Tate in American Horror Story Murder House, and he played Kit in American Horror Story Asylum. I know they like to reuse a lot of the actors, but he played Kyle, and Kyle was this boy who actually raped one of the girls while she was unconscious. So like he gang raped her, and he actually ended up dying in a bus crash. So that's what happened to the girls in this one. He kind of was the one who made the whole party. It was like a sorority party for the girls. So yeah. That was basically what happened there, and there's drugs and there's drinking, and, there's things that they know they shouldn't do, but they're doing them anyway. And, this kind of upsetted, Jessica Lange's character, who kind of felt that they need to be exposed to more magic, and, basically she let them see more of what exactly was going on. And they don't really want to. One of the things I loved about some of the girls is that they don't necessarily want to be exposed to this witchcraft. And I do like that, and it's definitely gonna be very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I really like this show, and one of the things, as I said, I really like this show. I think the plot is really good, the premise is really good. You got a really great cast in there, a fantastic cast. I think it's gonna be a really great season. This year, I think it's gonna be really, really good. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Which is your favorite of the American Horror Story series? Is it Murder House, Asylum, or Coven? Out of all the ones I've seen, most people have watched it. Most people have said, I haven't even seen, Asylum. Most people are already saying that this is probably going to be the best one. And I agree, because this pilot was just perfect. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was really, really good. It was even funny at points. Not really something I was expecting in a show like this. And it was funny at points, and I really liked that. So that's it for this review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next video. Okay, bye.